And just a minute, the page has been prepared by YouTube. Okay. And just a minute. Okay, now we are on live on YouTube channel. So YouTube, good evening for all. Today we will discuss about job. This is I will put the questions on the chat. Please let me know if you received. Did you receive, Kai? Yes. So this is a simple subject, job. And we have some questions here that are so interesting, in my opinion. And starting with the number one. Do you, now, just a introduction here, guys. Do you know that we are passing, Brazil is passing in crazy or not, maybe we can say crazy moment that we have a lot of disemployees people and the people that are looking for a new job. And the question number one is, do you have an advice about how to get a job? So, Monica, what is your opinion? Do you have an advice?
Very complicated the situation because nowadays I think to find a new job is the same to win a lottery because it's very complicated. But I think the first advice is never give up, is to find new opportunities every day. I think it's necessary to search a new opportunities, I think 1 hour per day, because it's necessary to create a schedule for this, because I remember a person told me when an opportunity is I forgot, anunciada?
Announced. It could be announced.
A good opportunity to get an interview is to apply the opportunities until 2 days. Because of this, I think it's necessary to search every day.
Good advice. And what do you think, Victor? Do you have an advice about how to get a job?
In my case, I think we have to apply for the positions even if we don't fulfill all the requirements. No, it's in my case as a software developer, there is a lot of requirements that they put on the job description, and most of the times we don't need to fulfill every requirement on there just to know about it, but we don't need to have experience on that. So I think that can happen for other positions too, other kind of jobs.
Good, thank you so much. And you, Marcio, what do you think?
So, in my opinion, depends what is job is looking. For example, a good job, a good salary depends two situations: the good CV, course, and experience. 95 is necessary one recommendation for to get a new job, a good salary, a good position. But in general, there are another position about supermarket, different stories, beginners. I see, for example, here about different opportunities. Here, the people looking for in the scene and the Instagram, for example, is pages different position jobs for you send your CV. But in my opinion, about a good job, good salary, good position is necessary one good recommendation.
Good. Thank you so much, Marcia. And what about you, Luciene? What do you think? Do you have an advice?
Really, I guess really in this moment in our country, it's a difficult situation, but I believe it's always important to keep updated, keep about the education. It's important. To develop soft skills, it's very important because normally it's common to have technical skills, but when I speak about the soft skills, I guess it's more difficult, mainly in this situation where you need to deal several things all the time. I guess I believe it's technology. It's revolution, but sometimes it's crazy in our mind because it's more and more information, and then it's difficult to extract the main the subject. It's sometimes difficult to keep the have mind, I guess, and then I believe it's necessary to balance between and to develop soft skills and technical skills, I guess.
I totally agree with you, Luciene. But we have a problem. Maybe soft skills we will see only during the period of the work. So technical skills, maybe the company could apply a test, an exam, but soft skills is more specific situation that will be seen in the moment during the work job. But it's so good, it's so interesting, this advice, and I totally agree with you. Thank you so much. And you, Heider, do you have any advice about how to get a job?
I think mainly never give up. We have a problem with unemployed in our country, but it's important you keep motivated to get a job because it's so important. If you have a dream to work in a good job in a good position, it's necessary you have to faith. It's necessary to have software skills, technical skills also is so important. But I think we need to fight with other tools. It's necessary to be faith. It's necessary never give up, and they always keep the your dream in your head. I think is important.
Yes, I agree with you, Heider. And I have an advice, guys, because for me, it was an experience of life. We cannot refuse job that is, how can I say, junior job. For example, you start in a low position, and even you have a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge about that specific thing, maybe when we demonstrate, when we perform a good job, we show that our work is better than our position. So when we start in a low position, we can increase inside the company, demonstrating, performing a good job. So this is a thing that I I I say for someone, because some people thinks that, for example, I just accept a job in a high position, but maybe you can increase your position inside the company. So this is my opinion. And guys, I would like the participation of you. So Monica, can you choose a question for us? And you can read, respond, and choose someone to respond after your response, okay?
Okay, the second,
Go
it's
ahead,
okay?
honey. Okay.
Can you simulate an interview? Could you tell me something about yourself and describe your background in a brief? Yes, it's a complicated question, but it's very common in a job interview. Yeah, I have a degree in administration and accounting, and I have been working in a financial area for a long time. I have my career was applied in costs, financial planning, and controlling. I like to analyze the numbers, the results. And I think nowadays it's very important to deal with the change, because the companies change every day. I think it's necessary to be open the changes and to learning about the change.
Good, so good. Can you choose another person to respond now?
Luciene, please.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm Luciene. I'm 46 years old. I don't have kids, and then no problem for me. For example, if necessary to travel, business travel, and then I can, no problem. I like the challenge and to know new things. About my background, I have been started and some technical courses, for example, electronic, mechanic, and automation. After I have studied about the quality management, after MBA in project management, and finish, I studied in master's degree in production engineer and ITA. It's maybe the biggest challenge for me, but a good experience. About my experience, I have been worked about the quality control, mainly in laboratories with the rule ICO 70025. It's important rule about the calibrations and tests, mechanical tests, for example. I have experience in coordinated peoples, different peoples, backgrounds. For me, no problems. But if possible to selection, I prefer to work with the numbers, logical program. It's my passion, mainly the statistics. I love experience in laboratories, research, and mainly statistics. But I believe I do the my battle for the company. That's it.
Can you choose another person to respond as well, Luciane?
Okay, Márcio, please.
So far, Monica and Luciane are hired. Both of them are hired. Now we'll see Márcio, Vitor, and Heider. Go ahead, Márcio.
Yeah, in my case, it's more easy, a simple career. In my case, I started working in the, I forgot the name in English, área comercial, but I worked
Commercial
there.
area.
Commercial area. During 10 years, I worked commercial area where I work with Acesso in different factories here in my city. I have opportunity working another states, for example. But after I married, for me, I see one opportunity transition career where I study more. I study chemical technician, chemical technician. This moment, I transition career. I start to work in the industry. Now I work there. This moment, for example, I work in the industry during 15 years. I work laboratory and the control room, production leader. Now laboratory again. But this moment in my life, I see is necessary more. The next year, I'm graduating administration. I'm evolution, developing my English, my speaking. I started study Spanish because I have another plans for the next year. I see in another moment is necessary. I started studying more because here in my state, for example, I see in the future a lot of opportunities in the about exportations, exportação, and another thing is this moment, for example, another city near with me, I forgot classificada, I forgot the pronunciation. Classificada, the name, zona de processos de exportação. I believe that in the next year, a lot of opportunities. For me, I work in my career this way in the different areas. But I believe evolution a long time, but this moment is necessary evolution more, where I study because in the future I intend to improve. That's it. And you, Vitor?
Well, I'm very young. I consider myself young. That's 32 years old. So, but I have worked in a lot of things mainly because I didn't have a high education. I left the school very early. So I have had to work on many small jobs like conference and forklifting and something like that. And in 2016, I moved to Florianopolis. I lived there for 7 years. There I graduated in tourism, and I graduated 2 months when the COVID started. So I had nowhere to work because there was everything locked. So almost instantly I started to work with technology, and at that time I was working at a barber shop. And when the first opportunity I had to leave, I started working with the technology. I graduated last month on the software development, and I'm seeking for an MBA or actually a master's degree on machine learning. I think we have a lot of field to work in the next years. And there was a point I was learning German because I would like to move to German and have this experience to live abroad. So I think German is a great country to work with technology, and I really like the culture and the language. It's very difficult, but I think this is a challenge. We have to face some challenges that really make us improve, and we have to be committed to it. So I think this is the way it must be for at least for me. That's it. And you, Raider?
Talk a little in German to us, Victor.
Wow. Well, how can I say? It's difficult to say because no, it's more about it's a little shy, It's I entered on TALK to face this because I learned English since 96, 97. I was playing games, but I have never talked to anyone. So because of I am a little shy, but I can say die Vogel singt nicht mehr or something like that, there is some music that I like, so I can remember something like this. Ich liebe meine Frau. or something like that. I love my
Oh,
wife, you know.
nothing.
Very good. Very good. Congrats, Peter. It's a good language. Very good. I graduated in production engineer in 2018. I always worked in shop floor. I worked in shop floor until 2017 when I was finished my graduation. And I worked always in uh, oh my God, in automotive companies. Sorry, I always worked in automotive companies, manufacturing engines and the other kinds of parts. And in last year, I received the opportunity to move. I was living in Guarulhos, and I received the opportunity to live here, Araraquara. And now I work in an aerospace company in manufacturing area. I am a development analyst, and I always work. And I've been working in manufacturing since 2017, and I like a lot because I am good in analyzing the process and give ideas to do Kaizen in the area. I like a lot to follow the life of the product, start with development until the deliver for the shop floor. I like a lot. Now I am working in a new product, a new aircraft, and it is so big because I always follow a little project, a similar engines. It's complex, but it's a small, and it to follow a aircraft in the conception until the deliver for the production is so interesting, and I'm so happy for this. And I intend that I will continue in the desire because I like a lot. Today I'm an analyst, but I have a dream to become engineer, and it's a way I needed to improve some things in my English. I needed to know about the product in my company, but I am in the way, and I am so motivated to become engineer sooner, and that's it.
Good. All of you guys are hired in my company, and I'm so good. This is a pleasure to hire you. We will have a good future on that. We have here many specialists. So guys, I'm graduated in pharmacy, and since there I started to work with the DMF. DMF is a sigla in Portuguese for Drug Master File. Is a document that is a summary of the quality of the API. What is API? Active pharmaceutical insum. The active insum of the drug product, for example, GPRON inside of the capsule, ibuprofen, others drug products. So I work with the suppliers of APIs. For example, the Chinese supplier, the Indian supplier, the American, North American supplier. And since I started the work, my period of work, I work with DMS. And I have more than 7 years experience on that. And I concluded a master degree in chemical chemistry process in 18, 19, the end of 18, beginning of 2019. And since there, I have worked with impurities and a lot of things related to APIs. So I love work with DMF. This is so good for me. I love work on that. And it is related to regulatory affairs of pharmaceutical company. So this is a thing that we, for example, I analyze DMF to submit this document to Anvisa. So Anvisa will evaluate this document because it's a technical document that resume the API, and Anvisa will evaluate if it's good or not. And this is a thing that I work now.
Sarah, I worked in Axé Laboratório 3 years. I did it in Guarulhos. Yes, I worked there.
I worked at Axé as well.
Yeah, really?
Yes, in 2018. When I conclude my master degree, I worked 1 year.
I worked there 2022 and 2015. 2012, 2015. 3 years.
12 to 15. Oh,
yes,
good.
3 years. Very good.
Now I work at Libis Pharmaceutica. Do you know?
Yes, I know. Very good company.
Mm-hmm.
I like a lot this segment. I worked just 3 years, but it's a good segment.
Yes, pharmaceutical companies are so good, guys. And Axé is amazing. Amazing. Lib is amazing as well.
Sarah, where I work, we have one technical institute about the chemistry, and then we have several service laboratories about with the accreditation in Metro and Anvisa, for example.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yes, you needed to follow the guidelines, all things to certificate the equipment.
Exactly. Yeah.
Good. We are all connected. No, we have a lot of connection here. So, Luciane, can you choose another question for us? We have some time yet, and you can choose whatever you prefer of the list.
Okay. Would it be possible you describe your greatest strengths? It's just a moment, please.
Just to explain this question, guys, this is about your qualities, your good things, strengths, your good things. Wait till Luciane.
Yes, Kemi? I start. But Kemi?
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry. Continue.
Maybe I guess I'm considered one organized person. I believe is important in my area. I'm considered one calm person. I guess it's important, and that's it.
Can we choose a person to respond as well?
Yeah, I'm considered I am calm. I guess it's necessary, and I love about the researches and critical analysis about the tests in laboratories, for example, and mainly in critical analysis with the statistics. I love statistics and tests. I love.
This is so good for the industry. What about you, Heider? What is your strengths?
I am a good person to work in teams. I like a lot to work in teams. I don't know the people like to keep a conversation with me. Normally, people said that I am a confident person, and I think it's a good for a team when the team have a person that to have this network with everyone on the team. And I think my greatest strength is this, to working good in team. I prefer a team to show than just me, because alone we games, but together we win the championship, and I like a lot this.
Amazing. It's so good to have a person in the team in this way. And you, Victor, what is your greatest strength?
For me, I think it's the creativity. I like to exercise my creativity, creating things like using many kinds of materials like wood and metal and everything else. I always try to solve some problems with different ways. You know, just as a software developer, it happens a lot on my job. I have to work and improve some things that are already working, but I have to get it better, you know, to improve the time of the process, or the using less computers requirements. And in my personal life, I used to try this too. So I can use an example. This is my Rubik's Cube, and I just resolve it in a different way, you know, I just changed the ways. And I always trying to do something like that, you know, just trying to solve the different ways the same problem.
This is so good. I don't remember yesterday or last week. I was seeing this kind of I can say stuff. I don't know the name in English. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, the people who solve this stuff are so intelligent and so smart. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's a Rubik's Cube.
Are you?
And it, yeah,
Oh,
Rubik's
good.
Cube.
Thank you so much, Victor. Amazing. And you, Marcio, what is your greatest strength?
So, in my case, proactive, responsible, and patient. This characteristic, my strength, I work this strength a lot of time. I help other people in my work about, for example, work about the patient for solution the problem. The man when involve security are, for example, in another places when I work, I help a lot several people in this moment de pânico. For example, in the factory existe one momento, forgot the name in English. Simular this situation, yeah, the comportment, the the employees in the local where I may help different people about the patent for solution and the problem. For me, I believe is my weight strangers.
Good, amazing. Our team here is so amazing, guys. And I consider myself a calm person. So we have a tempest in our heads, and I'm so calm. I try to focus on the problem and solve it. And I'm so persistent. So I try to find the solution. I study. If I don't know how I could solve, I try to study and persist until to solve the situation. And I consider myself more persistent than smart. I study more, so I'm kind of this person. We have a lot of histories of friends or colleagues of a class that didn't study and met 10 in a test. And I'm a person that studied a lot to achieve 9, for example, in a test. So I'm persistent. And guys, we have 5 minutes. We can do a question in a fast way, okay? Question number 9. Can you list the pros and cons of home office? Oh my goodness. I'd like to know about you. Luciene, do you have pros and cons of home office? What do you think?
For me, I prefer, for example, in presential, because of my work is necessary with the tests, but to no problem in the home office. I believe is pros, home service home office. It's more comfortable, economic for the company, the peoples, but it's important too. And then the cons is the to keep the presential to only the teams, the meeting. No, I don't like. I prefer presential.
What about you, Victor? What do you think?
For me, as a software developer, I work from home, and it's very good because it improved my life, as I don't spend time on traffic, and I have much more time to study and improve in the other areas. But I think the cons, it's the communication is a little bit worse. You know, we can't have the same understanding when we talk with chat or in a call like this one, because there's a lot of things, context that we don't know, and it's in the presential, it's more effective when you had to talk to each other.
Yeah, good. And you, Heider, what do you think?
So there is a Japanese methodology called Gemba. Gemba is where the things happen, and I like to be where the things happen. To me, it's better, but there are a lot of pros in home office, but I prefer on site.
Oh, good. And you, Marcio, what do you think?
So I believe Victor said about have more time is the pros.
Oh, you are mute, Marcio. Okay.
Sorry. I believe the Vitor said about the time you have more time for sleep and your personal life. In the cons, I believe I I see in the news another day about the people feeling lonely. I forgot the pronunciation. Solitário is the some people's develop, for example, depression because work in home office is not a contact and another people during the week or the people by weekend, for example, not contact another people. I think it is the cons.
Oh, good. So, guys, I love home office. I work from home uh, during 3 years, almost 3 years now, and it's work a lot in our team, in our company, and people already understood how communicate, how to be closed in team, and we try to have some meetings to talk face to face, but it's working. When we work just with documentation and technology, as Vitor said, we but for example, Luciene, Heider, and Marcio needed to go to the lab, to the to contact the equipment, the things, to develop the process, the method of analysis. So it's important you stay on site. But when you work with the documentation, you can do in your house. So I like a lot, and we don't feel that we are far from other. I feel close because I call every time I call to them. I call. And video, face to face, we try to keep this kind of feeling in our team. So it's good. So guys, time's up for today. I thank you so much for your time, your participation. We have survived to our meet. I put the link on the chat. Please provide your advice, your suggestion. I thank you so much. And of course, I wait you. I hope you be you will come to this meeting on the next Wednesday again. So guys, thank you so much. Have a good night, a good weekend, and see you soon.